Hello, good morning, everyone. So, I was thinking about seasons versus balance. I am honestly always striving to do it all, as they say, and it sucks. It honestly sucks. You know, trying to keep up with this facade that we can do everything at once. Like, we are raising little kids. We are married and working on our marriages so that we have healthy marriages. We are raising animals. We are homesteading. That looks like gardening, and we are making repairs on our house, and we are building community, and we're growing our faith with God, and we are trying to keep the house clean, and we are trying to eat healthy, and we are trying to eliminate toxins and clutter and everything. We're trying to do so many things. And this idea that in, I guess, a day we can do it all is just so soul crushing. It's such a lie, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of trying to keep up with that, and I have felt so much better not trying to. Every time I'm reminded of the fact that I do not have to balance all of this, I have to look at this as seasons instead of balance, instead of time management, managing it all. I just feel like a weight lifted off my chest. It's honestly so helpful. And if you go to God's Word and read Ecclesiastes 3, it shares so much on this, that there's a time for everything. And it's worded so beautifully. I highly recommend reading it. It just talks about a time. It almost kind of says the opposites. Like, there's a time to mourn and a time to laugh. There's a time to embrace and a time to not embrace. And it goes on saying these things. A time to plant and a time to pluck up. And, you can... It's so just beautifully written in different ways and different aspects of our life, because there is a time for everything, a season for everything. And the season, just God created the world with this intention, and us with this intention. Just looking at his creations, we see that validated. Right now, the weather is just getting even cooler as we transition more and more into fall and closer to winter. And that means doing different things around the house. And that means doing different things outside and in the garden. And it's different seasons. And realizing that just you're doing a little bit more here, a little bit less there. And whenever you're saying yes to something, you're actually saying no to something too. And whenever you're saying no to something, you're actually saying yes to something else. And that concept is really interesting. It just even more so validates, the seasons. Sometimes, a day will go by and I'm like, I did not play with my kids as much as I wanted to today. And I got the house really deep cleaned, though. And that was something that needed to be done. And other days, it's like the house is a mess. But I had some really intentional time with my kids. And I could tell that we needed that. And anytime I just feel a little pull, a little conviction in any area, like, oh man, my house is really a mess, and that's just really what is my focus. That's when I realize, okay, it's time to say no to some other things and say yes to cleaning the house. And whenever I feel that pull that, oh, I can tell my kids are acting out a little bit and need my attention a little bit more. That's time to let the other things go, to say no to the other things and have some intentional time with them. And okay, the garden, you can just put this in every scenario, the garden and just repairs and the animals. So just realizing that you don't have to do it all in one day or even a week or whatever, that there is seasons instead of balance is so freeing and just helping us to slow down, to really focus on what matters to us, what we really need to be intentional about. And it gives us grace for the fact that that's ever changing, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's how God created it, and we need to just ebb and flow with that. So hopefully this can just help you to go about your day and think about, what things am I feeling that pull that really need to get done? And what things can you say no to? And realize that it's okay to say no to things because you're saying yes to other things. Well, have a blessed day, and I really hope that can help you with making progress with what is most important for you to get done today.